Welcome, everyone, to another episode of AIME's Grow and Get It. I'm Tom Ahles, president of AIME, and today always say it's an honor and a privilege, but it is. Kris Radermacher, K2K Mortgage, just opened up her own brokerage here a couple of months ago. But for those of you that don't know Kris with a K, you probably should. She's just, besides being just a real energetic person, she's a giver, which means that she's always trying to help people, whether it benefits her or not. So I think that's how her and I have become friends. You know, she'll bounce things off of me. I do the same to her, but she's really creating a new company for herself. She started her own brokerage. She took that leap at a time when originations are down, and she took the time to invest in herself. And to me, I commend you for doing that. You're really, a smart, hardworking. You got a good, marketing sense to you. But we're going to cover a couple of things today. Really about, how to stand out from the crowd through branding as well as non-traditional lending. So, Kris, thanks for being here.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. I love doing these kind of things because I just think it's so important to set yourself out differently right now, right? Barry Bede said there's money in the streets, and it is there. You just got to go find it differently now. So
that's it, 100%. So, we'll cover the first thing with branding, right? K2K Mortgage. How'd you come up with that name? What does it mean?
Just a little bit. Actually, I was really fortunate. This kind of started back when I was on the retail side, actually. I had a really great marketing team. They kind of branded the Clear to Close with Kris. And, I have also an amazing guy who's helped me do all my marketing sense. And, the truth is, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with K2K Mortgage when I started it. We had talked about this. I didn't know if I was going to make this huge company or just keep it me. And when I was talking to a few people, I thought, gosh, I don't know that I want people using the actual Clear to Close with Kris brand. Because one, you're required to use Ks, and not everybody loves it, and I get it. And it's not easy. I mean, I do it naturally now, but, so I thought, why not kind of shorten it? And this way, if you want to work with me, you're under the K2K Mortgage. You can do things how you want, brand I'm about branding, so bring it. And then you're not really influencing my Clear to Close with Kris that I've worked so hard to obtain over the years. So
that makes sense. And you touched on it. And even for me, it kind of the first time I saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this girl doing with these Ks? And then after a while, it's like, that's kind of cool. I see it. I get what she's doing. You know what I mean? It sticks with you. Now, for me, I don't know thousands of mortgage brokers all over the country, but you've stood out from some of those things. And at first, a lot of people are like, man, that's a little weird. You know what, though? It's catchy. And then when you actually meet you behind the scenes and understand, what a good person you are, what you're really trying to do to not only help your customers, but even the brokers that are in our channel. I know you've got a lot of good relationships with brokers all over the country that consider you a friend. And a lot of it is you're very knowledgeable, right? And one of the things that you and I have talked about recently that's helped you, I'll just say stand out from the crowd or work on different lines on generating business. Besides doing what we all have, which is agency products, you even took it a step further, right? You've created some relationships that allow you to work out kind of one-off scenarios as well, correct?
Yeah, really, I've always loved private money. Investing has always intrigued me. I've had these, contacts for years. And the truth is, I was doing so well last year. I kind of was just passing off the business to them and not making any money. Silly, dumb me, right? So this year, my best friend, he owns a private money company. And he's like, no more this year, Kris. You're passing you the business. I'm going to tweak you a little bit so you do more of the work. And now I'm going to start giving you some money off of it. And it's a great avenue to get into it. I've actually built a couple relationships with brokers outside. They kind of want to know, but not really do the heavy lifting. So I'm going to share in what I make with them, and they're just passing me along the deals and kind of talking to their clients. And again, now we all win, right? Their client is happy and gets in, and we get to make a little extra money in a revenue that typically we wouldn't. So
100%. I like it. So it's allowing you really to provide solutions that typically you would have to say no.
Right.
Not only would you have to say
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but one thing that's great about the private money versus our world is you can make money off the deals. And so I had a loan officer who reached out and was like, I think it's really rude that people are offering to help but want to get paid. And I said, well, the truth is I've handed out a ton of money. I mean, I call you all the time. I call my friends all the time and I get nothing. I literally just hand it over in good grace, which I think personally is a little unfair, but I get it. It's the rule. We have to play by that game. So here's where I get to now use the contacts that I've worked so hard to earn over the years and the industry side where I get to. And I feel like it's a little bit of a great payback to me for the times that I give you the business that way. And so I think it's selfish or not, but
right.
We all
That's all
help
right.
each other
It's okay
survive.
to be compensated for what you do as long as it's legal, right? I mean,
Right.
that's
100%. I agree. So,
yeah. So it's really neat. So besides that, tell us, starting a brokerage right now in a market that has been, truthfully, I mean, the business is down. We all know it. I don't like to sugarcoat things. I try to keep it real. Starting a brokerage when you did had to be pretty tough, right? How are things going?
I mean, it's actually going pretty well. I won't lie. I mean, I posted the other day, I kind of hit this spot because for me, I ironically went broker the week of COVID. It was not planned, obviously, COVID, but it happened to be that way. And it was the best thing I ever did. I never had to say no, which if I hadn't been in retail, I would have died probably because everybody cut off. This year for us, I think the hard problem is that was a problem to solve. What problem are you solving now? And the truth is, I can't go create more buyers. That's just not plausible. And I can't go build houses. So it's kind of like, I've had to really, again, reinvent myself and to figure it out how. So, I did a Talk About Investing class today and we served tacos. And, we had some great investors there, some newbies. And I want to show everybody this other avenue. I mean, again, the money is out there. You got to walk on the street next to where everybody is walking and go pick up the stuff people don't want to. And I've been really fortunate because I'm still surviving. So
I love it. There's no doubt you're surviving. The one thing that I know about you, you're always willing to bet on yourself. And, it's like we joke about it, but hustle so hard that all the haters ask if you're hiring or they know who you are.
100%.
Right?
100%.
Nothing stops you from what you're doing. And it's been an admiration, for me to see your work ethic, to see your character on, like I said, you've believed in giver's gain. You give more stuff away still to this day than what you need to, but that's just the character you are. So it really makes me happy to see that you're doing well. You're running a great brokerage. You're building and growing, using non-traditional lines for private money, hard money, have a connection for those that are maybe looking. Kris is a great person to reach out to. She's going to be in Miami at, I keep saying Miami. It's actually in Naples for Hall of AIME. So if you don't know Kris and you just see the things that maybe, I can't stand that K stuff, you know what? Move past it and look at the person that's behind. Kris has been an amazing leader in our broker channel. She helps everybody around her. She's very active in our community. And Kris, I can't thank you enough for coming on here and at least sharing a couple of minutes on, hey, you know what? It is possible. You can do it. You can start your own company if you want to, or thrive as a broker right now in a down market, but you got to be out in the streets, just like you said, no matter what that is. I love the fact that you were doing tacos. If you were closer, I would have been there. I just had to
it's a great edit. I mean, honestly, call me for anything. Please don't let a deal not close by not calling me. I mean, I've honestly been in it so long. And I've been on the back end. Most don't realize that I started in foreclosures. I've done loan mods, everything. So solving the difficult stuff is kind of my jam. Call me. Please let me help you solve your problem and get your deal closed. And then just think of me when you have something outside the box that you can't do with the loan. So
that's awesome. Kris, can't thank you enough. We keep it short and sweet here.
I love it.
That's exactly where we're at right now. So thank you very much to our Brokers Are Better community for tuning in this week. Every week we're here at noon Eastern time, or if you're interested, go to our AIME YouTube page at AIME National or log into your AMP profile. You'll be able to see all of our Grow and Get It episodes. We try to do something a little different every week. It's going to help you go out and grow and get it. And Kris, you are doing it. Thank you again. We really appreciate you. I know everybody within, at least for me on the AIME team, has nothing but great things to say about you and everything you're doing. So really appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing day.
Awesome. Go Brokers.